Hey, good morning. Come and tell boot. Yeah. All right, let's get going. How you doing, huh? Hey, welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of almost 20,000 foreign exchange traders. We gather here today to conduct technical and fundamental analysis with the overriding goal of trade planning. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everybody. Past performance, good or bad, not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. My name is Wayne. I'm a currency trader like you. I just might be about 20 years ahead of you. And I learned a few things along the way. In fact, I had to teach myself how to trade Forex because Amazon.com hadn't been invented yet. Pretty amazing. Actually, there was Amazon.com, but it was just a bookstore online. That's all it was. People went to Barnes & Noble to get a book back then. So anyways, there was no live streaming. YouTube hadn't been invented yet. The software to even do streaming hadn't even been around. So pretty interesting. So I went to a bookstore, no books on Forex. Went to a university, actually it was Stanford. No books specifically on Forex, but whatever. So I'm self-taught, so I do a couple of things a little strange, but most of it was just common sense. I'm not saying I have any, but I figured out common sense. So anyways. Denise said, before I forget, are we doing a swing session today? I thought so, but if we do swing today, I'm not going to do technical analysis because it doesn't make sense because we're rolling into all these holidays and that kind of stuff. But I thought we'd get together today at the swing trading group and just talk fundies for, 45 minutes or something. Morning, Pip Pirates. Arr! Huh? Arr! Aye. Okay. Yeah, oh, my pleasure. No, thank you. So anyways, so ask questions. Let me know how it can help. I will do my best to do so. I want to have a positive influence on your trading. I'm a macro trend trader, which means I care about fundamental analysis of macroeconomic data. The trend trading part is I prefer to let my winners run if possible. So if you have questions about technical or fundamental analysis, now would be the time. In the description below, there are other resources. There's a link to my book. There's a link to free training videos. There's a link to the FX Bootcamp community. It starts off with 65 hours of premium video training, but you can also upgrade your account to various live trading groups. So today, everyone, all hands meeting. For everyone with a live trading group membership, we will all be meeting and we'll do fundamentals. Cool. There's also a link to tradersway.com, a trustworthy, ethical business that is focused on a symbiotic relationship. Their business is to execute trades, and your business is to do analysis and decide when it's a good time to place a trade. Seems simple enough, right? Where they just execute your trades and into the interbanking system. You're like, what's the big deal? You know what is actually quite a big deal? Many brokers will just not even execute the trades, essentially trading against you because they think you're going to lose your money and who cares? Okay. That's not that's not the point of view of Traders Way. Their point of view is they want you to succeed so that you're going to be a good client. They'll continue executing your trades. You will be hopefully profitable, right? Maybe these live streams are helpful towards that, but at least I can help you survive and then maybe even thrive. And therefore, you're a great client for tradersway.com. Therefore, their business model is executing your trades quickly, paying you your full swaps, having competitive fees. So you'll notice that the spreads are very narrow. And you're like, you know what? This sounds like a good execution partner for my successful Forex trading business. Yeah, I would agree. Okay. So these are all still set on 5-minute charts. So you can see right now, dollar had been strong and has given back a little bit. Yen is continuing to be strong. Swissy, whoop, 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 all over the place here. Could be that whole parity thing, huh? Okay. Now, if you back this out a little further, okay, let's take this out to the hourly now. Because therefore you have context. You know where you are in some of these moves. Okay? So pound actually gained some strength after the meeting yesterday, and you may have caught Governor Bailey, who said that 50 basis points was on the table. But he also said, hey, man, the meeting's not for another month. A lot can change. Okay? Euro down, Swissy up. So let's start with that. Okay. Let's see now. Does parity matter? Let me get my handy dandy notebook. There we go. Look at this, huh? Okay, hit that, bounced, came back. Nice little roll reversal. Pachow. Up. Back to parity. Pachow. New lower low. What do you think? Is that next? Beautiful, huh? Okay, it's a beautiful trade. Don't let it get away. It's a beautiful trade. Trade me. All right, cool, huh? And look at our pound Swissy, just craziness, huh? Look at how awesome all that is. If we continued with this, you can see that there's lots of little roll reversals. Lots of them. Just wonderful little roll reversals. Huh? Cool beans. Okay. And if you're wondering, you're like, well, what's a roll reversal? Join FX Bootcamp and complete the price action training course. So we can at least speak the same language. You should know that. Okay, I want to get off Swissy now. Let's take a look at USD. Okay. Okay, what do you think on the 15-minute chart? Okay. We got that up there. We got this down here. Go to the hour. And you're probably playing this out. So I would mark this. Okay. Now, a front runner, I think it's aggressive, but you can be a front runner here. where your trade plan for next month is that. In fact, it's even higher than that. Okay, so for some, let's make this gray. Okay, for some, this might be the trade plan for July. So their plan is to kind of do stuff like this and start taking it north. I don't think so, but whatever. The trend might change in dollar, maybe. But the trend could change in euro, especially with the ECB once again expecting to raise interest rates. Okay. And to give you an idea of that, I'll go back to the indice. Okay. I'll go to my euro, and we'll look at it on a daily point of view. Okay. And from February, euro has had some strength. So could it regain that strength? It could. You just have to decide whether you want to buy it. Are you a buyer of that? Do you understand why? What are the risks associated with that? Okay. But nonetheless, could euro dollar go up from here? It could. I don't think I'm going to make that a priority position, but you certainly could. Okay. Okay. And anyway, so we're right on the money here, right on the money. Pachow, pachow. Okay. It didn't pay much attention to our weekly pivots, but it paid perfect attention to next month's pivots. Right? Luis says, hey man, fundamentals for a euro hasn't changed yet. Yes, but remember what we're trading is not now. We're trading the future. Okay? So, for example, we're not, when we're looking at the United States dollar, we're not trading based on what we think is going to happen to the third week of July 2022. See, the third week of July 2022 is the Fed meeting, the next Fed meeting. Are they going to raise 75 basis points or only 50? Actually, that's not what we're trading right now. The market for dollar is trading July 2023. Right? So you want to kind of look at it that way, Luis. It's not necessarily now. It's the thing like, for example, the change in policy at the ECB to go from negative interest rates to not negative interest rates. Maybe even positive interest rates. That sets off a whole set of dominoes. And what I teach people at boot camp is it's the change in policy or even the assumed change in policy. But of course, once it's even happened, it could have pretty significant impact. Okay. So it wouldn't be the fundamentals for the euro haven't changed yet. It's that they're expected to change. Okay. So my argument here is not that you should be a bull. I mean, that's for you to decide. How the hell would I know what you think? I don't know you, right? I don't know where you live. I don't know all these different things. I don't know the rationale. But somebody will, because this is a market, somebody will try to do this. Well, are they right? Well, I can't tell you that because I don't know the future. Lesso, it's not there. But we are building it into FX Bootcamp, and it probably will be done today or tomorrow. I'm going to say Monday because typically you log in and the programmers haven't done what they said they would do. But maybe they have. I don't know. So we'll see if I have time to even check their work. So, look, if I wanted to buy euro, I don't think I would do it against the dollar. Okay? That's all. But you might. That's fine. Take a look at Aussie. Big rally here. I have 150 pips profit locked in. Okay? And it's been a slow trade, and I haven't hit my target. Big move here, though. Look at that. Right off the bottom. Okay? I could see it. I'm not deaf. Okay. All right, so I have 175 pips locked in. I'll just kind of mess around with it. But I did have a lower target. Okay. So, once again, we'll see if we can survive. Now, there are some that will see this as definite consolidation. They're going to treat it like a double bottom. And if you look at the monthly pivots, that's a legitimate trade setup. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I know that that's what some people are thinking. Whether they execute it or not, don't know. That's why we use smaller time frames. Taking a look, let's skip over to PIG here. Do you want to bet against this trend? Nor do I. So a couple of days ago in the day trading group, we had this as the trade plan. You know, sell it there. Right? Right here, I think. Boop, 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 choo. Boop, boop, choo. Okay? So it should continue. Right? For quite some time. What else? Swissy stronger than dollar. Okay, so we saw that working well on pound Swissy and euro Swissy. Take a look at the yens. Okay, nothing going on here. Trap it in a range if you need to. Do a breakout style trade. Pretty simple. CAD. I'm hopeful on Kitty Cat. Okay. Be cool. This would be great. Got to get through this. Sharana. Okay. I'm okay with that. I'm like Sir Lancelot. I'm not afraid. Okay. So, Swissy stronger than dollar and yen stronger than Swissy. Cool. Now, it's not going in the direction I would necessarily plan for, but I am getting a pullback. Just like all the other trades, this could be a key turning point, both technically and based on seasonality. Okay. Typically, this time of year, I set up yens. Okay. I look for yens to come down and I take a shot and I keep selling. Okay. But I don't know if that's going to happen this year because this year is quite unusual. Maybe it's going to be better than this year. I don't know, but I don't want to bet against it yet. Okay. But once again, usually I come in a buyer of yen. The problem is that in many cases this year, yen would have strengthened, but the Bank of Japan prevented it. And they tell me on their press releases that they have unlimited amounts of money. And that's more than me. Okay. Start here, my WTI. It was a good little scalp yesterday. Hit target. And then it totally collapsed. Okay. Came back into the moving averages and a nice little roll reversal. Once again, if you don't understand this concept, pay the $88. Join FX Bootcamp, complete the price action course, and you'll be right as rain. I guess we're on WTI. I should promote the training course I'm putting together for you. Hang on, let me get that fixed. Bootcamp. Is this it? See how nice this is? This will start next week. Okay. So I think we're, 6 days away from the beginning of this? I'm guessing it's going to be 15 hours. It might be more. I don't think it'll be less. And this is what I've come up with as an agenda so far. And today we'll probably start here in the development. I have a PhD who's working with me to put all this together. And I'll probably add a few things like, what is cap and trade and how is it different from other schemes and that government and schemes. I don't mean in a bad way, but there are certain goals that governments and societies have because they need energy, but there are costs besides dollar bills for energy. So, for example, pollution. So the government might say, look, we like energy, but we also are worried about pollution, so we want to use a cap and trade system to try to address that. Or they could just add carbon taxes and address it that way. And there are trade-offs. And so maybe I'll cover cap and trade. I'm not sure yet. Okay. So we're starting next week. Live, baby, live. My goal is simple. You will be an expert in oil, natural gas, maybe even electricity a little bit. But the thing is, I really want you to fully, completely understand the energy complex, the geology involved in oil, the technology of finding the oil, drilling the oil, right? Moving it around. For example, the difference between LNG or, and other types of energy, pipelines, not pipelines. Okay. Most likely Wednesday, Peter. So, for example, if somebody says, hey, what's fracking? You could go through the entire, you would be an expert. Somebody could ask you hey, can you explain fracking to me? And you're like, yes. Well, let's start with the understanding of conventional drilling. Okay. And then Devon Oil in Alberta, Canada came up with this new system and, this, that, and the other thing. You know the difference. By the way, do you know the difference between Venezuelan oil, Saudi Arabian oil, let's say Texas oil? Nigerian oil. I mean, this is just organic stuff brewing under the earth for millions of years. It's not like it just comes out and they're all the same. And then how do you get jet fuel? How do they actually do it? Like, what does the machine look like and how does it work? We're going to cover everything. So like I said, I'm thinking it'd be closer to 20 hours by the time it's said and done, but right now, certainly 15. Yes, and we will actually learn how to trade oil. I mean, the time of day, the technique for scalping oil, all that kind of stuff, seasonality, supply and demand. You'll understand all these concepts, even the legal contracts. Okay. Right? Sultan says only technical traders, 90% of the time, they don't even know the fundamentals, right? But the thing is, I will cover technical analysis, how to scalp and swing and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is, I believe if you're going to be an expert, okay, you must know this stuff. Otherwise, you cannot carry a conversation with someone who is an expert in the oil industry. Okay? You will become an expert. You will fully understand and be able to trade it. Okay? You'll be an expert at using like the EIA, IEA, OPEC websites, for example. Anywho, so please sign up. We are starting next week. Cool. Look at that, though. Isn't that an amazing picture? Look how close the whales are. It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, Jesse, I never said there was anything wrong with using technicals. In fact, you'd be an idiot not to. But I also think it's foolish to say, oh, I trade this asset class, but I don't need to know all that stuff. Shangi, probably 4 o'clock, but whatever people want. It could be noon. Okay? So anyways, right, Jesse, it's like, you must know technical analysis. I'd be a fool to say otherwise. But I also think it's foolish to say all you need to know is technicals. I'm just like, dude. Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't think we're having a disagreement, right? But so it's just like, dude, seriously, if this is what your profession is going to be, right? Not entirely, but it could be. I mean, you just need to know. So, for example, this candle that just occurred, that is worth, on one mini lot, the same amount of what euro dollar is going to do the entire day. Like, you should know, is all I'm saying. Okay? You should know. Andrew said they were close together because they were shallow back then. That is true. And also there were no rules. Right? There are rules now. Okay. So anyways, yeah, good. La 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 la. Bitcoin, I guess. Okay. I'm no longer short Bitcoin, but I was yesterday. Here we is. Do Oh my God. So now we're at 18,500 as the newest lowest low. Huh? The green boxes are bearish exit zones or bullish entry zones. So it depends on which one you're looking at. So Sultan, okay, I teach people in the training courses that this is a sell if you're a bear, and if you sold there because you're a bear, this is where you take profit. Okay? It's nice, right? That's it. Green means up, so if you're a bear, you exit in this zone. Okay. Now, if you were a bull and you were going to buy a dip here, let's say if you were a bull, the buying would be there and the exit would be here. But what you would see is you might have been profitable for a little while and then you got knocked out for a small loss. So in this case, bulls lost, but not very much. You can see hardly anything. And bears won, and they won a lot. And that's how it should be. Your losers should be small. Your winner should be big. Cool. Cool beans. Great. Good. Fine. Wonderful. Okay. XAU. Okay. Once again, just slowly farting around doing nothing. Will it change? Yeah, it could be. Could be. Okay. Still slope. Still negative slope. Yep. Just a different world now, huh? Gotta walk away. The next sell for peso, if it's going to flip, and well, look, it's not for me to say one way or the other. If I were a burr, okay, I would sell around 2050 in July. Well, Sultan, first of all, you have a PhD from Oxford? Under what discipline is a PhD? And then what's the second? Does the market make or change algo time to time? Or do they change it from time to time? Oh, no. Well, they have, I would imagine, most firms are running multi-strategies to decipher what kind of market we're in, and then from there drill down into what they're going to place in the market. So I did the algorithmic trading program at Oxford, and we studied algos from many different firms in many different markets. And, there's there's basic themes inside of, the algo world, right? You can imagine like some are like shovels and some are like rakes, but you can use those tools to do many different things. Obviously, some are more appropriate. You could gather the leaves off your front lawn using a shovel, but I think a rake would be most efficient. So, they have those types of algos. And then from there, you can use the different types of algos to achieve different. So you could rake grass, you can rake leaves, you can rake even sand, right? And so anyways, so you wouldn't just have like one algo that does one thing. Also, computers relative to computers of the past are much more powerful, much more efficient. So the type of algos that are being deployed now are significantly different from, let's say, even 10 or 15 years ago. And then with the addition of machine learning, not only do you have an algo, but you're trying to have the algo teach itself. Okay. So would it be the same? Well, I doubt anything's the same. And then on top of that, you'd be running algos that are trying to watch all the algos to figure out which algos you should be watching. All right. I guess that's it. I think that's it for now. So once again, please join FX Bootcamp. If you're in the swing trading group or the day trading group, we will meet today at 4 p.m. We'll do a quickie today because there's no sense of doing technical analysis when essentially the market is going to be shut down all next week. But we'll take an opportunity to just kind of go around. This is the midpoint of the year, so we'll look at some fundamentals and stuff like that. Just, gather some intelligence. And then, and that's that. So it should be quick and easy and fun and joyful, lots of positive energy, a good way to spend a Thursday afternoon. So, and I invite other people to join FX Bootcamp. Okay. $88. Dude, it's amazing. So peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May our profits be above average. Thank you for being in my life. You're good people. You make me want to be a better trader. And I'll see you online. Have a wonderful day. Cheers.